What's up, everybody? My name is Godzi, and welcome back to another episode of Corpse Party Book of Shadows. Last episode, we completed Chapter 3 Encounter after getting 2 wrong ends in which Shishido got her head cut off and then got crushed in a locker, so that's fun. We managed to avoid the other 2, 3, I don't know how many more there were, but we managed to avoid them either way, and it's pretty obvious where they are, so that's also good. Either way, it's time to move on to Chapter 4, Purgatory. I'd imagine maybe this will be only 1 episode long, since it only seems to have 2 endings, but still. Either way, let's see what it entails. Who? Sayaka. Our friendship will last forever. It will never die. I don't know who this girl is. This is the bomb shelter. My mind was in a daze. The lights on the ceiling were spinning, moving in and out of one another, alternating between hazy and distinct, and forming spiral patterns in my eyelids. I was being jerked along the ground by my legs like a heavy sack of rocks. I could feel every step he took vibrate across my entire body. What? But I couldn't do anything to stop it. I could no longer move of my own accord. Sayaka. Is she from, like, is she that one girl with glasses from Byakudan or something? But she wasn't in the bomb shelter, she was... Yeah, none of the Byakudan kids were ever in there, I don't think. I just kept getting dragged, inch by inch, across that filthy floor. Then eventually he stopped and threw me down, and I rolled hard onto my face. I was helpless before him. What was that? Question marks. Wheeze! That piece of chocolate had fallen out of my pocket. I was pretty sure it did anyway. And I wasn't about to let anyone else have it. Give it back, you bastard! The large man took my crumpled form and roughly flipped me back over by the legs, as if I were nothing more than a doll to him. This must be Yoshikazu, obviously, the guy. I was facing him from the middle of the hallway as he readied his enormous hammer and looked right into my eyes. Was this it? Was I going to be killed now? Please, God, no. I was terrified, but not entirely. After all, she's coming to save me. Naho's... Oh, you're a friend... Yeah, okay, you're Naho's friend. Okay. The friend that she went with to, Heavenly Host. Naho's coming. I know she is. Still don't know what this girl looks like, though, so... No idea. She'll always come. She's my friend. I'd assume that's Yoshikazu. Ah! Okay, episode 4, Purgatory. Well, that was something. Oh! She's the girl who's the frickin' icon for the game. Why of all characters her? I was expecting it to be some brand new super important character later on in the game. Well, it seems like they're at a concert. That's great. Epilepsy warning. How am I supposed to do Naho's voice excited? Woo! Eee! Okay, I have to give her a voice. My name is Sayaka Oe. I'm a junior at Purgatory Academy High School. I'm just a normal girl, but my job conflicts with my studies, so I don't go to school all that often. And this was the first day I'd had free in a while, so I called up my friend Naho and we spent the whole day together having a blast. The last event on our schedule was a Twinkle Girls concert. Okay. They play every so often at a local venue called Club Beta. And they're also incredibly cute. I try to catch them whenever I can. Recently, Twinkle had been performing on evening request shows, and they've been getting more and more attention, as well as they should, right? I joined them on the program a few times myself, and the group and I like to keep in touch through texts and tweets. Twitter exists in the Corpse Party world. Twitter exists in the Corpse Party world. Yeah! Okay. My eyes met with Naho's, and we both put our hands in the air. Like we just didn't care. I can't do two voices at the same time. So cute. Thanks, Sayaka. Twinkle's the best. I think I'm in love. Right? Aren't they awesome? I mean, their moves in that last song. Oh, I remember. Check it. Check this out. Wow, you've got it down, girl. Though I think your hip movements are a teensy bit off. Outside Club Beta after the show, fans were hanging around the street corner, immersed in the lingering rhythm of the music. I wanted to ride that wave myself, but didn't like the idea of blocking the road in the process, so Naho and I just pranced our way back to the station. Hey, check it out, I bought a towel. Naho began waving around a towel she'd bought at the merchandise booth after the show. She looked like a matador taunting a pop idol. Haha, the new #1 fan. That's excellent, I'll have to buy one next time myself. Oh, it's still only 9. Hey, Sayaka, let's say we drop by Gus on the way back. Come on, let's get ourselves some sweets to eat. Sounds pretty sweet to me. Lead on. I'm not sure I like this girl. She's giving too many puns. Give me a strawberry milk flan special, please. Whatever it was Naho had ordered, it sounded completely alien to me. The heck is that? Sounds super sugary. Something that'll put me in 7th heaven. That's what. It's covered in milk and ridiculously delicious. This is Naho Sayanoki. We're in the same school, same year, same class. Our backgrounds are sorta similar, and, well, we talk all the time and eat together and stuff. But most of all, just look how cute she is. When we're together, she even makes a gal like me all wobbly. I love this little lady. Point is, it's good, and you're welcome to try some if you'd like. Why, thank you. As for me, I believe I'll go with the butterful pancakes. Akechi kicks down the door. Ah, I think I heard something about delicious pancakes. Where are the pancakes? Hand me the pancakes. Okay, coming right up. They do say girls shouldn't ingest a lot of calories after 9 at night, but hell, we hadn't eaten anything all day, so I figured, why not indulge a little? La la, la la la, la la la. Naho was gazing longingly at her towel while singing the melody to one of Twinkle's songs. She's usually a really cool and collected person, so I bet her classmates would flip out if they saw her like this. It was only when the two of us were alone together that she let loose with this feline-like personality of hers. It always made me feel really special. You sure seem like you had a great time. I'm glad you could join me. Naho slowly raised her head up and looked into my eyes. And wow, what a gaze that girl had. I felt like I could lose myself in those perfect peepers. N.S. Naomi, Seiko, Naho, Sayaka. Is that on purpose? Huh? Something wrong? I'm worried about you, Sayaka. You haven't been getting enough rest lately, have you? I'd completely hidden my fatigue, but Naho somehow saw right through me. I could never keep anything from her. Yeah, I haven't really had weekends these last 2 months. Voice acting, soap operas, online radio. Yeah, I can definitely see the problem. I bet you're one to talk, though. Radio, ghost hunts, and... Oh yeah, aren't you supposed to be in a movie, too? Totally jelly, by the way. Okay, I'm changing Sayaka's voice to Asmodeus' voice. I'm just an extra. I'll be sitting behind Takumi Saito eating French food. Hooray for me. I didn't announce that yet, though. Where'd you hear about it? On Mr. Taguchi's blog, of course. He wrote a ton about it, all in boldface. And he told everybody to cheer you on as loud as they could. Oy vey. Her expression twisted into an exaggerated blah pose, and she sprawled out across the table. You can't say anything around that guy. For a while, wait, how do I do this voice again? For a while, I gazed at Naho, who had placed her chin on the table and puffed out her cheeks. Not sure how to break the silence, I tried switching subjects. Oh, hey, Naho, for my next radio show, I'm doing a special on scary stories. Question mark exclamation point. The deflated Naho suddenly reinflated. Guess I'd piqued her interest. You've got a great voice, and I'd love to have you as a guest speaker. You can be my expert commenting on ghost stories submitted by listeners. Her head still glued to the table, Naho fell deep into thought. She seemed oddly concerned. I couldn't miss the momentary twinkle in her eye, though. Success! I just needed to rebait the line, and she was as good as caught. Come on, please. For me. My listeners know we're friends, and I get a lot of messages asking me why you haven't been on the show yet. You'd be a big hit for sure. But more than anything, I really just want to see what it's like to co-host the show with my bestest buddy, Naho. Meow meow. Oh, she mewed. She was showing interest. It wouldn't take much to get her to pounce on this old yarn now. Meow. I'm not enjoying this. Come on, come on. Meow. This is stupid. This is really dumb. What's the point? This was a thing that just sort of happened between us sometimes. She turned into a cat and I'd play the part of her master. There's some fancy cat food in it for you if you say yes. What's that supposed to mean exactly? I'll treat you at Cafe Quill Fate Non. Sound good? Oh! Naho's face lit up. Okay, I'll do it. Yeah, thank you, thank you! I love you, Naho. Meow, hiss. Why are you hissing at me? I did it! I'd gotten the green light! My smile couldn't have been bigger at that moment. Naho's popularity had exploded recently, so she'd been having a hard time managing all the requests she'd been getting to appear on other radio shows. I'd been hoping to get a chance to tie our work together at some point, but I never imagined it'd be this easy. So with that out of the way, we sat back and enjoyed the hell out of our butterful pancakes and strawberry milk flan special. I swear I heard something about delicious pancakes. This time, it's not going to cause me to get ousted as a bad guy. Where are the pancakes? You can just take a seat. Alright, I'm going to take a seat. I'm at a table because I'm a psychopath. I don't like booths. I'm sitting in a chair at a restaurant that has booths. Isn't that crazy? Waiter! I would like pancakes. Shut up! This bit has gone way past its prime. I want pancakes. Hand me the pancakes before I shoot you. Do you recognize this phone? What? And before we knew it, it was past 10 o'clock. That Akechi kid was still complaining about pancakes to the waiter. He actually ate them, but then he said that they were bad. Like, he said that they were made of Bisquick or something. And that it wasn't cooked properly. He could still taste the fucking pancake mix in it. Naho and I stood up and started down the road home, giggling and chatting the whole way. So Naho, when are you going to school again? Planned on it tomorrow. I've been ditching class a lot for work, but they said I should at least show up to hand in my report. Ah, okay. You're going to have to turn it in too, you know. They'll be asking for it next time you're there. Huh? Really? Well, whatever. It's just a report. It'll work itself out if I stay up all night. Oh, you want to stop in and grab Kibiki's new book? You've been dying to read it, right? And his place is on your way, so... Oh, yes, please! Right this way, then, madame. I feel like I changed Naho's voice on accident, but whatever. Naho's house was literally on the way home for me. Or rather, Mr. Kibiki's house, since that's where she'd been staying for the last little while. Due to various circumstances, Naho had been commuting to school from here, rather than living with her parents. Supposedly, she moved in to study under Mr. Kibiki, like his Padawan. Okay. She was always willing to go that extra mile, and I always admired that about her. Kibiki, I'm home. Oh boy. What was your voice again? Welcome back. Not too cold out, I trust. Nah. Oh. Ah, hello. You must be. I was nervous as he looked me over, but he had very kind eyes. And man, was he ever hot! Like old school Japanese style hot! That's Naho's man that she killed, so leave it alone. Good evening, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Sayaka Oe. I bowed quickly and Mr. Kibiki flashed a gentle smile. I'm Kibiki. Thanks for always looking after Naho. She talks about you quite a lot. I'm so glad. I've also heard a lot about you, Mr. Kibiki. A laundry list of failed publications, no doubt. Oh no, that's not true at all. Hey, Sayaka, since you're here, why don't you stay for tea or something? Kibiki bought some really amazing second flush Darjeeling. Well... I kind of felt like I was being put on the spot. I mean, it was already late, and I doubted Mr. Kibiki was too keen on playing host. You don't mind, do you, Kibiki? Of course not. Well, you'd best give your family a call and let them know where you are. You wouldn't want to worry them, after all. Thank you very much. I hope it isn't too much trouble. Please, make yourself at home. Dude's got a killer smile. It was easy to see why Naho got so into him. Alright then, come on in. Okay. In front of Kibiki, Naho returned to her usual cool self. After calling home, I passed nervously through the living room, feeling a bit like I was imposing. Does Taguchi also live here? But what a living room it was! The furnishings were a fusion of Japanese and Vietnamese styles, and everything just looked really posh and inviting. This place is incredible! Go ahead and leave your bag over there. And please, get comfortable. I'll put on the Darjeeling. Oh, thank you very much! Thanks, Kibiki. It's no problem at all. I was looking to drink some myself, in fact. Kibiki then disappeared into another room, his smile never once fading. A total dreamboat all the way. Naho gestured for me to sit, so I cautiously plopped myself down on an expensive-looking sofa. Whoa, I'm sinking! Sayaka, just relax, okay? I'm going to go hit the little girl's room. Okay, I'll be napping here when you get back. Go for it. Naho began walking out of the room, chuckling at my swiftly sinking form. Mere moments later, though... Eek! That sure caught me by surprise. I turned in the direction of the scream, concerned. God, Taguchi, lock the damn door when you're in there. Sorry, Naho. Okay, Taguchi is here. I heard the door slam shut with incredible force. So that was the infamous Mr. Taguchi, huh? No love lost between those two, it seemed. The nerve of that guy. Having peeked out to check on Naho, Mr. Kibiki again withdrew his wide-eyed face to the kitchen, laughing softly. I swear I could look at him all day. Trying to save every single droplet of the deep crimson liquid in my cup, I slowly and carefully imbibed the tea that was placed before me. Whatever blend Kibiki had brewed bore a flavor unlike anything else I'd ever tasted. Ah, it's wonderful! Excellent, I'm glad you like it. It's got such a complex taste and aroma. I always thought all black tea was the same, but then at my house, we only have the kind that comes in tea bags. There's nothing wrong with tea that comes in bags. It's gotten quite good these days, in fact. This is just the way I'm used to drinking it. It really is delicious, Mr. Kibiki. Isn't it about time for you to go home, Taguchi? Oh, come on, Naho. Don't be like that. Taguchi may have been her elder, but he was completely outmatched by Naho. Those two had a pretty fascinating relationship all their own. Actually, you know, I do have a rental video to return by the end of the day, so I guess I should probably be leaving after all. More porn? What? No! And what do you mean by more? Anyway, if you'll excuse me. Techno break, death by FAP! What? What? What was that? Okay. Naho faced Mr. Taguchi and posed as if she were shooting a beam of light at him, like some kind of legally unnameable masked superhero. I'll see you tomorrow, Mr. Kibiki. You too, Naho. Actually, I'm going to school tomorrow, so no, you won't. Oh, really? That's a surprise. You just keep on keeping on, Taguchi. Rock those 29 years of insubstantial accomplishments. Man, you're ruthless. Taguchi staggered to the door and disappeared and vanished into the outside world, utterly defeated. Watching from next to me, Mr. Kibiki simply waved his hand and smiled. I should probably be going too. Thank you very much for your hospitality. My pleasure. I'm sorry we couldn't offer you anything more. Oh, please. Well, Taguchi's gone. He got a pretty good head start, so I don't think you have to worry about running into him. Wow, you are ruthless. You're welcome back anytime. Please, be careful on your way home. Thank you so much for everything. Have a good night. I stepped out from Kibiki's lovely home, and Naho walked me to the corner. The air felt crisp and cool against my cheeks. It had been a positively lovely day all around. Before parting ways, I lent Naho one of the Twinkle CDs I had in my bag. Then we hugged, and I began the short walk back to my own house. And she probably has a fucking Naho shrine. Thank you, Naho. This case you discovered, with Heavenly Host Elementary. It's absolutely remarkable. If our investigation bears fruit, this could very well turn the world of occult research on its head. It's too good to pass up. Daddy's not breathing. Pant, pant. Just a dream. I have to write this down. Sacred Ground Investigation File 02, K Prefecture, Heavenly Host Elementary, currently under investigation. Further progress. Encountered fierce spiritual resistance while simply researching the Shinozaki estate. Right side of body paralyzed, left eardrum ringing. Orbs visible in photographs. Influence confirmed. Severe dizziness, nausea. Bloody BM experienced. Symptoms persist for weeks. And unrelenting nightmares on top of all that. This really is way too dangerous for them. Kibiki and Taguchi don't know how to protect themselves from spirits. They shouldn't go at all. So how did Naho figure all this shit out, and why did Naho post on the website, on her website, this shit about like, oh, do this and you're friends forever. Actually, no, you get transported to Heavenly Host and you die. Unless your name is Yuka, Ayumi, Satoshi, Yoshiki, or Naomi. My name is Naho Sainoki. I travel the country investigating reports of haunted locations, assuaging clients' fears, and doing whatever I can to help them. I'm also saying this out loud. Recently, strange and unpleasant things had begun happening to me. I'd been investigating a certain haunted ground for the last month, and encountered a malevolent will more powerful than anything I'd ever experienced. I attributed this to the paper doll I brought back with me, of the sort commonly used in curses. No doubt a bad idea, but invaluable for research. That's a sound. This is the reason I hesitated when Sayaka asked me to be on her radio show at the restaurant earlier. Ghost stories can actually provoke the spirits involved in them. I was afraid that whatever entity had latched onto me might have some negative effect on Sayaka as well. Fortunately, aside from wreaking havoc on my physiology, the spirit didn't seem to be affecting those around me in any way. If I could just keep it under control, I was certain my appearance on Sayaka's radio show would go off without a hitch. Kibiki? I'd gone to the kitchen for a glass of water, and though I hadn't noticed on my way down, I saw Kibiki fast asleep on the living room sofa as I headed back. Kibiki, you're going to catch a cold down here, you know. Kibiki? Sound asleep. Oh, Kibiki, you're so cute. Kibiki had pulled an all-nighter last night, so I was pretty sure he'd sleep well into the afternoon. There we go, a nice warm blanket for you. Sweet dreams. Zzz. Spirit research is a decidedly dangerous field. Numerous people had warned me not to get in too deep. So why did I do it? For Kibiki, of course. If Kibiki could make progress on his occult novel through my research, if he could succeed in all his endeavors, then no price would be too high, I felt. For his research and admiration, I'd happily sacrifice anything and anyone. Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's definitely too dangerous to send Kibiki and Taguchi to Heavenly Host by themselves. I'll have to make sure I go with them. I tucked Kibiki in and returned to my room, realizing he'd still be fast asleep when I left for school. I decided to write him a note. Oh. Just as I was concerned for him, Kibiki was worried about putting me in danger as well, stating his prior intent to go to Heavenly Host with Taguchi instead. I was so flattered by his consideration that I just didn't have the heart to lecture him about how ludicrously bad an idea that was. Let's see, to my dear mentor, and then he's gonna go in regardless. And die. Does Taguchi actually die in Heavenly Host? I don't remember. The time is now 11 in the morning. Here's the latest news of the day. The body of a schoolgirl was discovered in the plaza near the escalators at the southeast exit of Tokyo Shinjuku Station. Good morning, Naho. I want to talk to you about that Tenjin urban legend you found. I really think it may be a bit too dangerous to bring you along, so Taguchi and I should probably go by ourselves. Huh, she's not here. Come to think of it, she did say she'd be going to school today, which is rather unlike her. This is the same dialogue from that, Extra chapter. As usual, everything's in perfect order in this room, like night and day compared to my study. What's this? A note. To my dear mentor, for you I'll go to any lengths. Based on my findings from old Tenjin Town records, I feel more confident that it is possible to return from the school using the escape plan we discussed. But you and Taguchi don't have the ability to resist spirits like I do. It'd be far too dangerous in there for just the two of you. So when I get home from school today, I'll be joining you in performing the charm of Sachiko Shinozaki. I don't hold out much hope for our success, but if it works, you're seriously going to get the scoop to end all scoops. If I can help make lightning strike a third time for you with your editorial department, then you totally owe me dinner. Naho. Haha. Thank you, Naho, but I really can't allow you to put yourself in danger like that. I know the escape plan. I'm going to go with trusty old Taguchi, and you're going to wait for us here. I guess I should write her a note to that effect. Good morning, Mr. Kibiki. Are you awake? Well, he's full of spirit today. Perfect, then. Let's not waste any more time. Ding dong, bing bong, motherfuckers! I went to school as soon as I finished my morning recording session, but by then it was already lunchtime and Naho had skipped class as usual. But I knew where to find her. Work may have kept her out of school most of the time, but when she did come, there was one spot she always chose for lunch. She liked to get away from the noisy classrooms to eat in peace. And I knew this because, well, I did too. This wasn't just her spot, but mine as well. We'd probably get in trouble if a teacher ever found us there now. Yeah, your roof. See, the lock on the door leading to the school roof just happened to be broken, so... what a nice breeze. And that sunlight, too. Absolutely magical. Ha! There's a fence between the buildings to prevent students from falling. But it wasn't very high, so getting over it was a fairly simple task. Okay. Alley-oop! Fucking Japan. You just have to be like this, don't you? I crossed the gap, mindful of any stray gusts of wind. The best shade was on that side, so as long as I didn't look down, it was well worth the effort. And there she is. Oh, Naho! As expected, she was nestled right into her usual spot. The sight was positively picturesque. A high school girl tucked away on the school roof, nose buried in a book with a nondescript paper dust jacket. I swear you could just paint any moment of this girl's life and it would make a fine portrait. Sayaka! Sayaka, hey there! Sorry to have kept you out so late last night. Hope your family wasn't mad at you or anything. What was the point of that fucking CG? Just because... Japan! Boobies and ashes. Seriously, like, what the fuck? Corpse Party, when it comes to fan service, it's either in horribly bad taste, or it's just random and really doesn't have any purpose in general. Hell, it really hasn't ever had any purpose, because this is supposed to be, you know, a horror visual novel. Here's a CG of a girl climbing over a fence with a perfect view up her skirt. Isn't that lovely? Like, when I replayed the 3DS version on the Citra emulator just to do the other bonus chapters in the first game, it actually had the CGs, and I can only remember 2 times, but there were 2 CGs that had panty shots, and both were in horribly bad taste. One was the second time Ayumi got possessed. She's just on the floor, fucking collapsed, basically screaming, panicking, super upset. But you can see up her skirt. And then the second time was when the ghost lifted Mayu into the air, just like, she's hanging there, basically lifeless, she's about to die, but you can see up her skirt. Like, seriously, it's in terribly, terribly bad taste. And that's at least not terrible bad taste, but it's just pointless, so, great. Nope, no problems at all. They were A-okay with it. Oh, seems you've trained them well. What are you implying? So hey, that book from Mr. Kibiki you lent me yesterday? Freaking awesome! Right? Didn't it just totally suck you in? I love how it goes on and on with the psychological descriptions of the first murder scene. That protagonist is totally nutso. I'm not sure why. It just unselects the window sometimes. It's stupid. Yeah, I wish I hadn't been reading it in bits and pieces during my work commute though. Kinda took away from the tension, but I can't wait to read more. Yeah, just keep at it. It's gonna blow your mind. Oh yeah, and that Twinkle CD you lent me? To die for, seriously. Really? Awesome! I'll bet you recognize a bunch of those songs from the concert, right? You should check out some of their music videos sometimes too. Maybe I've got one on my phone that I can show you now. Nope, guess not. I'll have to give you a rain check on that. I wonder if there are any good fan-made ones. Oh, good call. If there are, I totally want to see. The bell. 1 o'clock already? Well, I've got an appointment I can't miss, I'm afraid. Guess I'll see you after school for recording. It's at 5:30 in East Shinjuku. So we should probably meet at 4 behind the school gate. Whenever I pause after reading words, it's usually because I'm trying to think of a joke, but I couldn't think of a good one, so yeah. Okay, you said behind the gate. Really? What are you, 5? Naho was cool as a cucumber, just like always. Today's recording was sure to be a blast. We're totally not gonna go to Heavenly Host and die. This one's persistent, I'll give her that. Blood, really? Is this curse honestly affecting me all the way down to the cellular level? Seriously, how long are you planning on haunting me? Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's installment of Sayaka Always Love Braver. The night don't start till I pour out my heart. So let's get pouring, shall we? You'll never guess where I went today. I went to school to meet up with a friend, actually. It was the first time in a while. I could just kick back and relax. We talked forever. Like, forever! But, of course, the real reason I went was to learn stuff and junk, of course. Teehee. They're laughing at me in the control booth. What's going on in there, fellas, huh? The thought of Miss Oe actually going to school is hilarious. Hey, come on, I go to school. I do. I'm a high school student just like everybody else my age. Don't laugh. You trying to say I'm too old, too cool for school? Seriously, stop it. You're gonna give me a complex. Some days you just can't win, you know? All I wanted to do was say how great school is, and look what happened. I'm a laughingstock. Well, I'm glad you guys are having fun at least. Let's enjoy our half hour together to the fullest. Braver! Sayaka's on-air personality was incredible. I was absolutely listening to a pro at work. She had me hooked from the moment the show began. Okay, that wraps up the intro. Miss Sayanoki, please head into the booth. On my way. It's my turn now as a guest speaker. When I entered the recording booth, Sayaka sat facing her mic and waved me over. Hey, girlfriend. I returned Sayaka's cheery smile and sat myself in front of the guest mic that had been prepared for me, but something felt wrong. Very, very wrong. What the fuck are you doing there, Sachiko? What's the matter? Oh, it's nothing. I just felt dizzy for a second. Well, the camera's on you now, so wear your cutest face, okay? Roger that, grin. This child was the daughter mentioned in my research on the Shinozaki family. This was Sachiko. She was the one who attached herself to me. Her eyes were black and hollow with no discernible pupils at all. She sat utterly motionless, but I knew she was watching me, waiting, biding her time. My hair stood on end, blood rushed into my head, and bile surged into my throat. The Shinozaki curse was far too powerful. I couldn't suppress it. And it was clear Sayaka couldn't see her. This was bad, and to be careful not to let Sachiko interfere with the recording. Okay, we're back. Start with the listener mail. Alright, folks. It's the moment you've all been waiting for. The topic of this week's Try to Do a Thing workshop is... Oof, can I go home now, please? What do you mean, no? Come on, be a sport. Guess there's nothing I can do about it. This week's topic is... That's right, try to tell a scary story. Yikes. Man, I told you all I didn't want to do this one, so why did you guys send in so many responses? We actually received a record amount. Far too many to tackle by myself, so I've invited a guest to help me out, haha. Hey, don't run the applause yet. I haven't even said who it is, or has everyone already guessed? Because it's totally who you think it is. The pro with the know-how, spirit investigator extraordinaire, as beautiful as she is brainy, it's high school paranormalist Naho Sayanoki. Give it up for Naho! Good evening. Thanks so much for coming. No, thank you. It's an honor to have been invited. Uh-huh, how about that, everyone? So mellow, so modest. Isn't she just the bee's knees? The bee's knees? Naho and I actually go to the same school. We're even in the same class, isn't that right? We hang out a lot, in fact. Some of you clearly knew that, and have been outright demanding that Naho make a guest appearance for quite some time now. Well, your wish is my command. My pleasure, in fact. I think I may be even more thrilled to have her here than you guys. Anyway, given today's theme, Naho seemed the perfect guest. So, care to get us started with some choice words for any evil spirits that may be listening? Remember to accentuate your B's, Naho. Tremble on the border between this life and the next, under my 7 stars. That's what I'm talking about. Those ghosties have got to be shivering in their ethereal booties after hearing something like that. So let's get right to the listener letters, shall we? Here's a scary story from one Junpei Nagi of M City in Tokyo. In my experience, adverse spiritual manifestations from my research had always been enough to keep at bay with my powers, but this one was different. I can hear your thoughts, Naho. You're not accentuating your B's right. Oh, shut up. For this energy to be completely visible in broad daylight, I've never seen anything like it. Accentuate your B's, damn it. Oh, this was bad. My head was splitting, but the cameras were rolling, so to speak, so I had to at least keep myself from coughing up blood again. Naho was grabbing her skirt tightly with both hands, muscles completely rigid. My, was she actually getting nervous? How unlike her. I kind of grinned internally a bit at the sight of Naho acting all girly and scared. It was adorable, as I like to say, but I still had a show to host. Thunk, I slid open the door, and there before me I saw a pair of eyes staring intently right into my very soul. Wow, that is so super freaky. How about it, Naho? This has gotta be fake, right? Mr. Mizuno of Kyoto is just pulling our leg, right? He may be, but with only this evidence to go on, it's hard to judge the authenticity of the claim. So what you're saying is, it might actually be real? Yeah! That is a possibility, yes. Oh no, please! Actually, I've noticed something even more frightening since this segment began. Naho, your focus keeps drifting over to the corner of the booth. Well... Don't tell me. There's somebody there. Is there? Oh, I'm getting chills. Do we have another guest with us today? An uninvited one? Please say no. No, we're fine. Seemed a perfect twist to up the tension of the segment, but the look on Naho's face suggested I may have been onto something, which was terrifying. Her guest spot on this show may have been just fun and games, but I knew Naho was about as well versed in spiritual matters as they come. This gave her a great deal of confidence, but unbeknownst to me, that confidence was beginning to unravel all around her. She was in way over her head, and by the time she would come to realize this, it would be too late. And not just for her. Great work, everyone. That's a wrap. Oh, yeah, you would have a sprite. It's been from your perspective most of the time. The recording ended without incident, as far as anybody knew. Sayaka tossed a piece of chocolate into her mouth that she seemed to have brought with her. She was as casual and relaxed as can be. So, out with that, did you see something in the booth or not? Are you really still accentuating your B's? No, I didn't see anything. I glanced back into the recording booth. Sachiko's spirit had disappeared a little while ago. I felt it was best to act as if nothing had happened, and successfully managed to steer the topic of conversation elsewhere until... What the? What's wrong? Was someone talking out here during the recording? No way any of us would make a rookie mistake like that. You wouldn't be able to hear us from inside the booth anyway. There's something on the tape though. Sounds like a voice to me. Huh? Where? Here, during this exchange. Mr. Mizuno of Kyoto is just pulling our leg, right? He may be, but with only this evidence to go on. I'm only hearing those two. You don't hear a third voice. Mr. Mizuno of Kyoto is just pulling our leg, right? He may be, but with only this evidence to go on. Right there. After Miss Sayanoki says he may be. Mr. Mizuno of Kyoto is just pulling our leg, right? He may be, but with only this evidence to go on. I'd assume with voices on, it's supposed to actually say it, right? Pulling our leg, right? He may be. Yeah. But with only this evidence to go on. Oh god, there is a voice! It's saying, I'm watching you, right? He may be, but with only... Whoa! Ah! You've gotta be kidding me. It's in the recording for sure. That's so creepy. Is this for real? An actual EVP? Hey, what's going on? Hey, what's the matter? Pull yourself together. Suddenly, the director began to clutch at his throat and thrash around. His face was bright red and his mouth frothed over as he struggled to breathe. Hold him down! He's gonna knock everything over and hurt himself! Yes, sir. Is it over? What was that? Some kind of seizure? Oh crap, he's not breathing. What? God. Call an ambulance, quickly, he needs CPR. Okay. Come on, keep it together, man. Hell's going on? Send the guest home, we're done. Sayaka's usual smiling countenance had been replaced by a thin mouth and a cold sweat. There's no doubt about it. This was the influence of that spirit. And it must have been absolutely terrifying for her co-workers, who never had contact with the spirit world before. I regretted appearing on the program. I'm so sorry. I guess I shouldn't have come. Oh, don't be silly. You did great. I managed to resuscitate the director, too, at the hospital. And we can cut out the voice for the broadcast, but honestly, I say we leave it. I mean, it's kind of a lucky break when you think about it. I'm really grateful for your help today. I owe you one. So if there's anything I can do for you, just let me know. Oh, and as far as Kyofei Munon, how's next week sound? On the way home, Naho finally smiled. Glad to see she still had it in her. I needed to put on a happy face myself, too. I was afraid if I seemed too gloomy, it would bring Naho down, and she hadn't done anything wrong. I had to let her know how grateful I was, and try to bring her spirits back up. Ha, spirits. The two of us parted way on a corner near our houses, as I needed to stop in at the convenience store for some groceries. See you later, thanks again. You too, good night. Then when she passes by Naho's house, Naho's gonna be like, we're going to Heavenly Host, bitch! Never before felt such a strong, persistent spiritual presence. I had a considerable amount of power within me, and usually it was more than enough to disperse any malicious wills that dare draw near. But even with all my concentration, it still put Sayaka and her co-workers in grave danger. They easily could have been killed by the curse. For the sake of dear Kibiki's safety, we really should have put the kibosh on our entire investigation into the Shinozaki family line a lot sooner. But it wasn't too late to call it off as far as I knew. I was going to pull out from the Heavenly Host Elementary case altogether. I'd made up my mind. I should probably undergo a traditional spirit exorcism as soon as possible. Nope, you're dead. It was past 9:30, so it hadn't been dark out for hours already. Yet there wasn't a single light on in Kibiki's house. Kibiki? No signs of life. Somehow, the whole house felt larger and emptier than ever before. Kibiki? Kibiki, are you sleeping? I peeked into his study, but he wasn't there. Nor was he anywhere else. The house was deserted. Now, Kibiki's meetings for work were always held at irregular times, so this wasn't unprecedented or anything. But the atmosphere inside just felt different. Somehow there was this peculiar silence, as if no one had ever lived here in the first place. I'm watching you. Something just seemed very, very wrong. Felt like someone was watching me, sneering at me. Finally, I found a note on my desk. Not the one I'd left for Kibiki this morning, but a response, written in his familiar scrawl. Dear Naho, thank you for your concern. I couldn't live with myself if I exposed you to any more danger on my behalf, however. Taguchi and I have gone to Heavenly Host Elementary. We've noted the way back, so please don't worry. We'll return safe and sound. And if we're successful, let's all go out for a nice meal together, okay? No! Ha! What a room. With a sigh and a mumble, I snapped back to reality. Glancing at the clock, I marveled at the fact that it was already past 10. I'd been in a daze for half an hour since getting home. Craziness. What a day. My shoulders feel like they've got lead weights on them. I couldn't have brought it back with me, right? No, there was no way. I stood up from my desk. The problem was the uniform. I couldn't really relax in it. I should know better. I just needed to change. Yeah, that sounds good. I'll feel better once I get out of this uniform. I can see you. Haha. God, please. Is somebody there? Please, no. I was glad no one had seen me talking to thin air like that. There was nobody else around, of course. Nothing to be afraid of. It was just my imagination. I really, really needed to get out of my uniform. So once again, I started changing when... That's probably Naho. Ah! Definitely not my imagination this time. There was somebody screaming outside my window, running toward my house. What? Seriously felt like I was going to break down. Maybe I already had. Opening the curtain slowly, I peered outside to see who it was. Wait, is that Naho? Couldn't see her face clearly, being on the second floor and all. But that was Naho, alright. She was crying like a mad woman. She looked awful. Sayaka! What's wrong, Naho? Oh, damn. Naho? Sayaka, it's Kibiki! Kibiki crossed over! Okay, just calm down, Naho. Tell me what happened. Where is Mr. Kibiki? I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. It's all my fault. If Kibiki were to die in there. This is the first time I'd ever seen her so incoherent. I spoke slowly and gently, trying my best to calm her down. Now, please, just tell me what happened. Let me help you. Start at the beginning. I want you to come back with me. Right now. What? Please, I'm begging you. Tears were streaming down her face. This was a side of Naho I never even imagined could exist. There had to be a reason she was so desperate. I agreed to follow her back to Kibiki's house, if only out of concern for her well-being. Sachiko ever after. Those who perform this ritual can cross over to Heavenly Host Elementary, a cursed school sealed outside our world, outside time and space. It's a locus of powerful energy, and the effect it's had on me thus far has been disturbing enough that I have decided to abandon my investigation. But before I could convey that to Kibiki, he crossed over without me, taking only Taguchi for backup. So please, Sayaka, you're my only hope at this point. Will you come with me to Heavenly Host so I can rescue Kibiki? I didn't really get any of what she was saying. Heavenly House Elementary, a cursed school? And this was all to rescue Kibiki? What was in there exactly that he needed rescuing from? Oh, a lot, but honestly, Naho? Even though Naho wasn't in there. The one thing I did understand was that I'd be accompanying Naho to some unsafe, unfamiliar spirit world. I couldn't just casually agree to go with her. So this place I'd be going with you is dangerous then? I scare easily, you know. Please, I can't perform the ritual by myself. You're the only person I can count on. I swear I'll protect you no matter what. Her face was the most disheveled I'd ever seen it, and she was practically begging. I knew two sides to this girl, her cruel and collected professional persona, and her cat to my master, but this panicked desperation fit neither of them. The words I'd spoken to her following our recording session suddenly popped into my head. I owe you one, so if there's anything I can do for you, just let me know. Kibiki. Kibiki. Took one more look at Naho's tear-stained face, and just knew I couldn't turn away from her in this time of need. Naho, do you really promise to protect me? Uh-huh. A ray of hope lit up Naho's face like a flower in bloom, and I knew I'd made the right decision. Alright then, I'm in. What are friends for, after all? I did not mean to press that. There we go. Gotta reread that. Alright then, I'm in. What are friends for, after all? Sayaka, thank you, Sayaka. I just couldn't bear to see her cry like that. A face as cute as hers deserved to wear a smile at all times. We'll be out for a while though, right? You mind if I run back home first and take care of some things before we go? Okay, I'll be waiting for you here. But naked. Not a good idea. You'll catch your death of cold. Anyway, I'll be right back. Well, as long as Kibiki's over there, the larger the sample size for his research, the better. This is for you, man. The Shinozaki estate? We don't need that place anymore. If he's going to leave me here to spread the curse for him, then fine. That's just what I'll do. No hesitation. No backing down. Oh. My blog should do nicely. Let's see, in this world, there's nothing worse than parting ways with a dear friend. Some may say it's sweet sorrow. Oh, almost forgot the subject line. Sachiko in the ever after... Wait, no. How about Sachiko ever after? Perfect. Here's hoping for lots of hits. Mom, I'm heading out. Not wanting to worry her, I told a little white lie, suggesting I had another recording session tonight. I'd been going to late sessions practically every night for a while now, so it seemed the perfect excuse, and sure enough, she bought it. You certainly are a hard worker, Sayaka. Just make sure you keep your energy up out there. Don't get so busy that your blood sugar drop. Here. Oh, a chocolate. She handed me a small piece of emergency chocolate. This was like a tradition with her. She'd always give me one when I left to show her support. And it always reminded me that I was loved. This one in particular was bringing tears to my eyes. I must have been more scared than I thought. I'll be home as soon as I can. Thanks. Knock 'em dead, sweetie. So why did she fucking... Naho put it on her website to spread the curse? Sachiko, we beg of you. Sachiko, we beg of you. You said it twice, right? In your head? Yep. Okay, then it's time to pull this thing apart. Make sure you use your nails and don't let go. Got it. 1, 2, 3. Gah! Something impossible was happening. We performed the ritual just as Naho had instructed, and then the floor just split open and swallowed us whole. Was this a dream? Was I hallucinating? Sure felt real though. Felt like I was being dragged to hell. Well, you are. My vision quickly went bright white, and my consciousness seemed to fade to black. And then... Ugh. I felt dust or sand filling my mouth, and I sprang to my feet, choking. Where'd you end up? What is this? Where am I? Naho? I was in a cold, dark room. It was damp and clammy, and felt very much like a cave. Is this the Heavenly House Elementary Naho was telling me about? Naho! Naho! Racked with apprehension, I tried raising my voice, but barely had one to raise. I looked around, but I didn't see Naho anywhere, and there was no response. God, this can't be real, can it? I wanted to go home, to forget this place existed. But then I realized I never asked Naho how to cross back over. Without her, I was stuck here. Whimper. So that was my top priority then. I absolutely had to find Naho. I'm sure she hadn't accounted for the possibility that we'd wind up in different spots once we got here. But as long as I could track her down soon, I knew everything would work out. I stepped forward slowly and carefully and took a closer look at my surroundings. Oh, we're actually going into search mode here. Interesting. Well, we're not at an hour quite yet, but if there's search mode... Oh, we're in the bomb shelter. What room is this? Death room. Body pool. Damn, this is gonna take a while to explore. And she just happens to end up there, of all places. That sucks. Well, either way, I think I'm going to end this episode here. This seems like it'll probably take another episode to complete anyways. So, that's going to be it for this episode, guys. If you liked it, be sure to press the like button. And if you didn't like it, then fuck you too. Remember to subscribe, follow me on Twitter, and hit that notification bell to stay up to date on all my videos and stuff. And as always, my name is Godzi, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye!